What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're talking about Nightwing, issue number 130. This one is written by Dan Watters with artwork by Dexter Soy. A New Day in Blüdhaven. So this is taking place after the aftermath of what happened with Nightmite, and we had the Nightwing Prime, which is the kid, I think his name was Bryce, got transformed into it as a result of like the fifth dimensional imp tampering, and we have the Zanny and all that other crazy stuff going on. You can hear my thoughts on that by checking out some of the other videos, but this is Cirque du Sin Part 1, What I Was Afraid Of. So Nightwing is kind of in an interesting place right now because all the stuff that happened in the previous arc with the Tom Taylor stuff felt like things were going in a good direction, but then that led to a power vacuum amongst the city. So now the different gangs are trying to reach for power, but in this time of desperation, the citizens of Blüdhaven once again panicked and enabled Spheric Industries to take control with like this more high-tech stuff with the police force and all that. And so Nightwing has to kind of deal with both fronts. So the gangs are doing things to make themselves more powerful. They inject like man-bat serum with venom, which given the size of the venom, it's not going to really be as effective if you mix in the man-bat serum because you can't like fly or really anything like that. So now you have the super-powered police force as a result of the Spheric Industry stuff going against the gangs, and Nightwing's trying to prevent further bloodshed, and it's just kind of a disaster all around with all that. But before he's shot, he is ended up being saved by the Nightwing Prime, which of course is the kid Bryce, who now has been kind of enabled with these Kryptonian powers. And this causes the arrival of Martian Manhunter, Superman, Wonder Woman, and of course Batman, sporting his suit right there, which I think is different than what he was wearing in the Mad for Action stuff. I don't know, Batman changes his suits all the time, so like, I mean, if you're Batman, you want to adapt over the years and all that too. So they show up, have a conversation with him. Nightwing spills the beans on what's going on with this thing, but they're like, hey, look, if you got this under control, we'll let you take care of it, but we're here to help if you need us. And that's in essence where the conversation goes. Batman also mentions that, hey, Damien hasn't seen you around in a while, when you can come visit. He's like, tell him I'll be around soon enough, like as soon as I can. So he's like, hey, he misses you. You two haven't had any sort of real interactions or any cool storylines together in a long time. I think it's long overdue, just saying. I mean, I've been saying that for a while, too. Outside of, like, what was it, that one Beast World crossover, they haven't really had much interactions in a long time. And those two are, like, one of the best, if not the best, dynamic duos out there under the whole Morrison thing and all that stuff. So it's been criminal that they haven't had any good, meaningful storylines together. Now, granted, Bruce really needed to step up as a father again, and Damien needed to go through some stuff. And it's the best, like, the latest stuff under Philip Kennedy Johnson is the most we've seen them ever gel as a unit. So that's pretty good there too, but I still want a Nightwing and Robin storyline with those two, just focused on those two or something, just an arc or something. We've been deprived that for so long, and that it's just kind of it's kind of sad. So hopefully we'll get something like that in the near future. And of course he goes to talk to the kid who's been enhanced with these powers and all that too. He gives him night hair and all that, and he has a chance to kind of give him the Nightmite soup that'll fix the situation with this kid. And he's just about to do that so he doesn't have to have his powers anymore to kind of be a normal kid again. But he hesitates. He's like, you know what? You're just going to need some training, lots of training, because the kid senses, or Nightwing Prime senses that there's something off in the city. And of course, that's the evil Zanny spirit of the circus or whatever that's kind of occupying like everyone's minds and all that too. So Nightwing hesitates to give this kid the cure, but that's just basically showcasing that something bad's going to happen to Nightwing Prime. It is inevitable now. Like, this kid's probably going to die because Nightwing just refused to just kind of make him go back to normal. I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to keep you out of danger for right now. I know you're kind of vulnerable after what happened with your brother, and I know you admire me and all that stuff, but let's just do things to keep you kind of safe right here. So that's just kind of showcasing that. At the end of the issue, there's some weird-looking circus thing popping up, and I don't know who these people are right here, but we're going to get the Zanny some more. So that's where the issue ends in a nutshell. So artwork by Dexter Soy, once again, is pretty solid throughout this thing. I mean, that's to be expected. Dexter Soy is a very talented artist. And the ending, I feel like Dick Grayson would have been the smart move to just kind of cure that kid of whatever he's going through and just kind of keep him safe. But Blüdhaven's kind of a messy city anyways, given all the stuff going on in general. Is he better to have these powers? But he is very untrained. He doesn't really have the experience and all that too. And this is not like a permanent a thing. He can just go back with a little dosage of the soup of reality or whatever it is to make himself kind of better, and he chooses not to, which in a way is going to put him in even more danger in some way, especially we got the Zanny and all that fifth dimensional craziness, because I have a feeling what'll happen is that's not going to end very well, and the powers will go out just when he needs them most, and that'll be that. Add more tragedy, add more drama, turmoil to the life of Dick Grayson. But isn't that what we're here to read this stuff for? We had the fluff, now we want the intense, serious stuff. So, yeah, who knows at this point. But all things considered, you know, this is a pretty decent issue of Nightwing. I don't think it's the strongest we've gotten so far in this run, but it still is enjoyable enough. I mean, if you're on board with the weird stuff, then Dan Waters is here to kind of deliver that for you. There is no, I guess, normal Batman or Dan Waters storylines. They always, in some ways, gravitate towards the bizarre. Even if it starts out normal, like, give it time where you get to the crazy stuff, and that's where we get the Zanny and the whole fifth dimension stuff. It just makes my head kind of hurt just trying to think about how it all comes together. But all things considered, you know, totally fine issue. Artwork is really solid, and I have a feeling this isn't going to end very well for Nightwing Prime in the near future. But you tell me, what did you think of the issue? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, all the fun stuff. I got 2 more DC books that I got to cover from last week. Sorry, I've been kind of slacking a little bit, but we're going to be all caught up in time for new comic books to drop on Wednesday. And I think I saw there's like 6 that I got to talk about coming out, and I'm like, oh crap, that's a lot. I also did see that the solicitations, some series are coming to an end, like Birds of Prey, and Green Arrow is also ending in December, which I'm actually kind of sad about that, because I really liked reading Green Arrow, but I guess the sales weren't doing so well, and it kind of sucks. It's like, damn it, when we get a good book, they cancel it, but then we get something crappy, it just drags on for way too long. Like, where's the justice in that? So yeah, I don't know, but hopefully we'll get something good, like Arrow fam related, after Green Arrow just sadly comes to an end at only like 30-something issues. So I'm surprised some series are still ongoing. Like, does anybody read? You know what? I'll just leave my thoughts there. So I don't know, but that's all I got to say. More videos to come. Stay tuned for that. Peace out, everyone.